Hi, 8th graders. Today I'll be giving you specifics for the My Family section of the autobiography. You'll need paper out to take notes. I'll have lots of details that you are responsible for, and it's best to have these written down so you don't have to keep it all up in your noggin. Everyone will have the title My Family. 1 inch from the top, 12 point Times New Roman. Everything will be double spaced as you see on this page. Double space, double space, double space. So set your format for 2.0 and you are all set. 12 point Times New Roman. What you'll be writing, we are calling vignettes. These are small snapshots, little stories and descriptions, anecdotes that give us the flavor of your family, what your family's like, what family means to you. They can be stories or anecdotes. It could just be a description of a typical Saturday morning. You might have many stories with the same kind of thread, like traditions that your family has, how you spend time together. Maybe you're a family that travels quite a bit, so you might have a few vignettes about travel. These can be a mixture of lighthearted, more serious. That's up to you. The stories that you choose or the vignettes you choose are your choice. Let's be positive, let's be appropriate as our guidelines. We brainstormed in class today. From that brainstorming, you should choose about 8 ideas that will become your vignettes. So come to class on Tuesday with 8 of the vignettes already chosen. I will be checking that as your completed work. 8 chosen vignettes. They should not be in chronological order. We shouldn't start with you as a tiny person and growing up to 8th grade. You can bounce back and forth. That would make it interesting. What's most interesting isn't the exact age you were at any point, but what your family's up to, what you're doing, how you're feeling with your family. The deadline for the rough draft is Friday. You'll have 3 to 5 typed pages, double spaced, for that rough draft. And you'll start with page 3. Everyone will be on page 3. How much you write, whether you go to 3 pages, 4 or 5, will depend on where you end this section, but we will all start with 3. So be sure you're numbering your pages as you go. Start with page 3. Remember that our narrative was page 1, the poem 2, and here we are on 3. Let me give you an example of some intros that are effective for you to look at. Nice little attention grabber. People want and need to be loved. That's why we were given a family. This is a nice little intro. You end up forgiving them because you love them and live with them and don't really have a choice. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for my family, even if sometimes I don't show it. That's how this one started. This next one starts with, at this particular household, the tastes of home are always there, but nothing is predictable. Every day we bicker, we nag, but we still always find a way to love. We love each other with all of our hearts, despite the constant minor setbacks. That gives you a clue as to what you will be reading. So please do not write your intro first. You should write it last. Once you know what vignettes you're using and the tone of those vignettes, then you can create a really terrific intro. Otherwise, you're writing something just blah because you don't know specifically what you'll be tackling. So wait on the intro until you've written the vignettes. Wait on the intro. It should be completed when you turn in your rough draft, but it should be the last thing you wrote. When you are finished with one vignette and going to the next, this is the style that it will take. 4 of these tildes, you'll find them that key next to the numeral 1 key. It's to the left of the 1 key. Have to hit shift, tilde, tab, shift, tilde, tab, and so on until you have 4. And you will have hit the centered key so that this is right in the center. Then hit enter, but then get out of center and come back to normal formatting. Be sure you indent that. Those are the tricky little details to remember each time. You'll see that these vignettes aren't long. They're just just brief. And I'm not speaking to the quality of these right now. I'm just showing you the layout of the page. So this is what a typical page will look like, but whoops, we're missing the page. So it's a little low, an inch from the bottom, page number 3. And then on to the next page, 4, 5, and so on. Got some tildes up here at the start. Here comes a new one, a new one, a new one, and so on. This is the basic instructions. If you've written them down, you'll have them all in your mind. You don't have to keep them in your mind, I mean. You'll be all set. So I'll see you in class tomorrow with 8 vignettes you've chosen to form your My Family section. And if that runs past the 3 to 5, then you'll know you need to trim some out, make them a little shorter maybe, eliminate a couple. If you don't have enough, you'll need to add. But from your brainstorming, you should have at least twice that many ideas from which to choose. I look forward to seeing you work on this in class this week. Thank you for your attention.